Hello, welcome to episode 17 of Big Man in the Woods. Now, this episode, I team up with a really cool mate of mine, Terry Longhurst from BushScout. So episode 17 is all to do with scouts and the scouting movement. So if you're not involved in scouts, I don't think this one's going to appeal to you. But come back at the end of the podcast because I'm going to give you a chance to win a really cool book and some of this. It's really good for firelighting. Not going to tell you what it is because you've got to come back and listen, yeah? So, episode 17, as I said, I've been teaming up with a really cool friend of mine. Met him via Scouts. And he came up with this really good idea all about introducing scout leaders to teaching bushcraft in a correct, safe, and universal way, if you get what I mean. Also going to give you the chance later on in the podcast to win the book that Terry co-authored and got involved in it. And thank you to Petromax because they've given us a wooden spoon. I don't know why I'm rustling the wooden spoon, but yeah, they've good spoon for Dutch ovens or whatever you're going to do, and some stuff called Zunder. Yeah, I know about 10 seconds ago I told the listeners to come back at the end of the podcast, but I'm going to give you a heads up. Zunder is from Petromax and it's for firelighting. This is what it says. You've got to open the bag, pour the required quantity of Petromax Zunder onto the place where you want to make the fire. Then seal the bag, blah, 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 and then light the Petromax Zunder with a lighter or a match. Place wood and coal or other solid fuel over the Zunder to prevent the flame going out, and it all lift off. It's really cool stuff. I used it. It's a big bag. Doesn't say how much. 125 mils, but it's all grains. Yeah. All right. So less of me chatting. Let's listen to what Terry Longhurst says about his idea of the Bush Scout.
Big man in the woods. Big man in the woods. Big man in the woods. And here's your host, Mark Yates.
We're joined via Skype by two guys by different names. They come from a variety of names. Old Man, then he's changed his name to Old Man Woodcraft. He was Skip. He's now like, what's your title now?
In what? In
scouting.
In scouting? Do you want my county title?
Yeah.
Assistant County Commissioner for Scouts, Greater London North East.
Ah, wicked. We've spoken to you about a year ago. It's Mr. Terry Longhurst. Woo!
It's all gone downhill since then.
Oh, no, really? Oh, no.
No.
And rumour has it Paracord Sam is in the room as well.
Yeah, I'm in.
Hey.
Right, so this episode we're talking about a really cool new thing that's being kind of officially launched about a month ago or something, isn't it? Is it something like that, Terry?
Yeah, I would say about a month ago. Yeah.
BushScout. So let's hand it over to you, Terry. You explain all about BushScout.
So BushScout has been in the making now for approximately 5 years, I would say. It was born because we were attending the headquarters of the Scout Association at Gilwell Park, involved with a practical skills meeting to try and do something about this. However, that project kind of fell by the wayside, and because of that, we were invited to be involved with a book, which you are fully aware of, Mark.
The Outdoor Adventure Manual.
The Haynes Outdoor Adventure Manual. So both myself and a young man by the name of Austin Lill got involved with that. And from that, after producing that, I received an email and was invited to attend Reunion because they were going to be developing a practical skills zone or area. Now, Reunion is an adult gathering of Scout leaders once a year, which I understand you're also aware of, Mark.
Yay! It's a good weekend.
One of your favourite events.
Yay! Only because I get lots of freebies.
Yeah. And you get to have your photo taken with Bear. Anyways, we went along to this and we ran a stand, basically doing some skills, i.e. knife skills, how to make a whistle, different types of practical skills activities, basically. And from there grew this mighty oak of BushScout, or what has become BushScout, because leaders were coming up to us and asking whether we would come along and attend events and provide practical skills at their events. And the first person to do that was a guy called Simon Ashton, and we travelled up to Cheshire, and we sat for the weekend doing things like paracord knitting and whistle making and practical skills with the attendees, the scouts and explorers and young people, cubs and whatever, doing practical skills. And we thought, there's something here that needs addressing. So we came up with this concept of BushScout, which at the moment is getting more and more popular because we're getting emails from all around the country. And when I say all around the country, I mean from Scotland down to the south of England, asking what it's all about and how do we get involved.
Okay, so just kind of backtracking, how come Scout leaders don't have any adult experience then? Isn't Scouting all about getting out and about? So why would you need to teach Scout leaders these skills?
Well, I'm a great believer in putting you out in Scouts, as you know, and unfortunately, new Scout leaders coming into Scouting are not of this ilk. Some of them don't have these skills. They're not. My background's within the construction industry, and I'm a trained joiner, so I kind of been playing with wood all my life, so I know I've used bladed articles, tools, etc. all my life. So, and I've been involved in Scouting all my life. So there's people coming into Scouting now that have never been involved in Scouting because of the big, publicity push of our good friend, the Chief Scout Bear Grylls. People want to be involved with Scouting now. So these new people that are coming in, obviously they need to try and obtain these skills so they can entertain these young people, or provide an exciting program for them.
Aren't these skills taught on the Nights Away module course?
No. In some cases, yes, but the Nights Away course that we run in our county, we provide probably 4 half-hour sessions on some basic skills. So how to light a fire, bit of knife and axe work, some knot tying and a bit of pioneering. Now there's a heap load of skills out there involved in Scouting that that doesn't cover. So we've developed it, and we now provide a separate course away from Nights Away, which is a skills day.
Okay.
And that's provided by what is now BushScout within our county, and there are other counties in the UK that are now taking on that idea. And the beauty of it is that the people involved in the counties who are delivering this skills day will go and support other skills days. So, for instance, we've got one coming up in November in Warwickshire, which involves a young man by the name of Julian Cresswell. And we're going along to support his course. Because
that was a wet weekend though, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. There's one coming up, won't be?
Yeah. That was a warm-up weekend.
Yeah, so... that's the beauty of it. We can support other people until they're up and running and developed it in their own county and maybe train their own people to deliver this these skills.
Okay, so I'm guessing you call in instructors. Is that the right word? Instructors on the Bush Scout, is that?
I don't know whether I should call them instructors as of yet.
Yeah.
That's still kind of developing.
Yeah.
I should eventually, hopefully, it will go down that line. I don't want to give the tag of instructor as of yet, because there are some, obviously, people out there working very hard professionally who are instructors. And we're still developing that at the moment.
You've answered my question already, then.
Have I?
Damn.
One off. Scrub that one out. Next.
That one off the line. No, I was just about to say, the instructors, do they go on a specific course to be called instructors, or is it just you being one of the founders of Bush Scout, you kind of just go, yep, they've got the knowledge?
Well, it's all to do with experience and knowledge.
Yeah.
So, for instance, a principal instructor, in my eyes, will have the experience of, the outdoors, scouting, etc., etc. So, they can have personal qualifications that all, go into the mix as such. So the ingredients, need to be the experience. And obviously, this particular person needs to have a passion for what he's going to do or what they're going to deliver. So if, for instance, it's basically a county-based idea. So one person in a county, can adopt the idea of Bush Scout, and they can be the lead on it. So, that person has to be passionate and, have enough experience to want to do this. Obviously, they need to be involved in scouting. Ideally, they need to have a scout warrant as such. And, a principal instructor, if you want to call them that, I would say needs to be a wood badge holder as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Like I say, it's still in its early days and it's developing all the time. There's obviously the main Bush Scout part of it is separate to the county areas. So the principal instructors, although I don't like using that word, will, meet together and discuss about their different areas and, good practice, bad practice, what works, what doesn't work, etc., etc.
Okay. So we've learned about like the fundaments and the grounding of Bush Scout. Mm-hmm. But tell us a bit more. What if we, as a county, where I am now, in Greater London, Middlesex West, booked Bush Scout to come and do a weekend for us? What would you guys provide? What would the leaders get from it?
I very much doubt if that would happen, to be honest.
Okay.
If your county were to adopt it, i.e. if you were to be the lead in your county, then you would probably be invited along to another county's event, which is already up and running.
Okay.
To basically see how it runs and, meet the people who are running it, to get the idea of how it works. And then you would go back to your county and ideally meet up with your county commissioner and convince him that it's such a brilliant idea. As I honestly can't believe a county commissioner would turn down something like this, because it's it's going to develop his county enormously, skills wise.
Yeah.
If you were a director of a company, say for instance a construction company, and you wanted all your guys to be singing off the same hymn sheet and, working safely, etc., etc., it's something you would, personally, if it was me, it's something I would want to do professionally, is to make sure that my guys were delivering a good program, doing good work, and I think this can help that.
Okay.
So, for instance, if you're letting these guys go off, or if you've got leaders out there who are delivering knife safety, axe work, all that type of stuff, fires, you want to know they're doing it safely and they're all singing off the same hymn sheet. So this hopefully is what that will do. It will provide that continuity and a standard that people can work to. Does that make sense?
It does. For once. So, module-wise, what does the whole BushScout compromise? What would we get from it?
As what? As a county?
What I mean is, looking at the whole package, what do we get from it? I know you were talking about knife skills and axe skills.
This is exactly, it's entirely up to the person developing it. Yep. And the beauty of it is everyone will be talking to each other and doing their own thing in their own areas, and providing you're sharing and picking up the good practice and not doing the bad practice, I think that's going to be a good thing. We had so many horror stories about, and we've seen it on, you can see it and hear about it on Facebook, YouTube. We've experienced that ourselves, seeing it on, campsites where young people have been, maybe using penknives and stuff like that unsafely. So, module-wise, within the training regime, I think any training advisor that would turn down the practical skills module when someone turned up and explained what they'd been through and what they'd done.
Yep.
On one of these particular skills days, I honestly couldn't believe someone would do that. So, you would provide a certificate for 6 hours ongoing learning, and list the practical skills that have been done over that skills day, and then go and get that signed off, ideally by your training advisor.
Sounds good.
You sure?
Yeah. No, just you talk to different scout leaders around the country and whatever, and everyone gets all different experiences from the Nights Away course.
Yeah, I agree.
I shouldn't say much about mine.
Some are good, some are bad.
Mine was an interesting weekend, shall we say? Not saying too much.
In what county was that then?
Rewind a bit and you'll find out.
So you must appreciate where I'm coming from with this.
I do. No, absolutely.
And I've had so many messages, or we've had so many messages. When we've been out in the just this last weekend, we were up in Derbyshire as BushScout supporting an event run by a company called Elk Kit, called the Big Shakeout. We spent all weekend there, and we were delivering the Kelly Kettle Challenge, which involves knife work. We were making whistles for young people, and we were doing tomahawk throwing with the young people as well, and adults. And we were talking to the people over the weekend, and it's still blatantly obvious that a lot of people don't know what scouting's all about. Also, we were fortunate enough to meet some scout leaders as well who, fully supported what we were doing, and again liked the idea of what we were doing, and I've no doubt we'll get some more emails because of that. So we're getting out there in the public face and getting scouting out there, and also this new concept of delivering practical skills to adult leaders. It's not geared at delivering it to the young people. It's aimed at the leaders, so that the leaders can then go off and hopefully develop their program and be confident to train the young people with these practical skills.
But is it easier to do these things if you have more open space? But being in London, it's hard to get out on a regular basis.
I disagree. Our local campsite we use quite regularly, and we deliver a survival type camp with our scouts quite comfortably in a very small campsite, and you can hear the traffic all around you, but we're in a nice sort of wooded setting, and we deliver these skills quite easily, and they all enjoy it. You know, we've got the emails to prove it.
Yeah.
And the messages to prove it. That, you know, little Johnny had such a fantastic weekend. He's never prepared a pigeon for the table before, but he has now, and he can't stop talking about it.
Yeah. So it's giving them a different experience to what they normally get.
Exactly. Yeah. It's, you know, it's back to basic stuff, but you know, it's away from the telly and all the computer gadgets and what have you. You know, the
mod cons.
It's part of life now, but you know, taking them away from that and just watching them, you know, develop and wind down, and you know, just going for a walk, or you know, listening to identifying a star in the sky, or you know, a bird that just flew across the campsite. You know,
pigeon.
Pigeon. A woodpecker.
Parakeets.
Yeah, parakeets as well.
That's all I get. Pigeons and parakeets down here.
Parakeet. Yeah, we've got parakeets as well. Got a lot of green woodpeckers.
So I just want to talk about the last couple of events that actually I've done with you that have kind of surprised me. So it's not that bad. Let's
surprised
talk about,
you in what way?
No. Let's talk about the Wild Fair and Chili Fair, Wild Food and Chili Fair event. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Down in your way, isn't it? Essex, son.
Oh, it's that.
So we go there. So the fair has been run. The Wild Food Fair has been running for a few years now, hasn't it? And this year they added on to the kind of bushcraft zone, or whatever they wanted to call it.
Yeah.
But the amount of adults coming up to us, kind of saying, "Can you show us how to light a fire?"
Yeah.
It just surprised me that I thought, you know, people would know the basics of lighting a fire, but
I agree.
They didn't. And
in fact, it was good to watch you get involved that weekend. To be honest with you, and, you know, I could see you were enjoying it. And,
and what I still talk about is that young kid with, I think he had ADHD and whatever, and his parents said that no other adult has given them the opportunity to light a fire. Yeah. And I spent ages with him, and he was getting frustrated, but we got that fire going, and you know, I got a fantastic email from the parents saying, you know, thanks very much, thanks for spending the time with them. But the thing is these little opportunities to pass on, not just to young people, but to adults as well.
I agree. But then, I think we need to aim it at the adults more than we do the young people, because, you know, you proved that with what you did, that, you know, probably that parent now will go off and maybe spend a bit of time and, you know, do some more firelighting.
Yeah, because she even said to me, "Oh, you sure he can do it? Why not? Why can't he do it? Oh, no one else will let him. Okay, well let's. I'll prove you wrong."
Yeah.
But then I want to fast forward to 3 weekends ago when I went to Gilwell.
Yeah.
And while you two were busy paddling down.
Where were we, Sam? Can't remember.
Slip my memory.
Yeah, we went somewhere.
And all weekend, where's Terry and Sam? Where's Terry and Sam? Where's Terry and Sam? All weekend.
Who was that?
Oh, loads of people, different people. But what I want to talk about, right, is a two ladies of higher age.
Steady.
Exactly. and they caught us on Saturday evening, and they said to me, "Oh, can you teach us firelighting?" I said, "Well, it's a bit late now, but come back in the morning." And I thought that was it. I just followed them off, and they wouldn't come back, seeing how old they were. And bang on 10 o'clock Sunday morning, they were there, and they found me, and they basically told me their story. They've been guide leaders for, what did they say, 40 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And now transferred to the good side. They're coming over to Scouts. But being in guides, they don't really do much firelighting. So now they're getting involved in Scouts. They wanted to do proper firelighting and stuff.
Yeah.
And I spent with them an hour and a half doing firelighting.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And they just said that's the best thing they've ever done. And And it was the most basic firelighting ever. It wasn't nothing. We weren't doing fire by friction or nothing like, or bird's nest, nothing like that. Just simple techniques.
How crazy is that?
And they were over the moon.
Yeah.
And so was Shark Tinderbox for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
You can buy that next door. You can buy that next door.
Well, I think it was about 5 years ago now. Young man by the name of JP from Woodlife Trails, who we all know. He had an elderly scout leader. I think he was about 85, something like that. He was still involved in scouting. And one of the things he'd always wanted to do, or he'd tried and never been successful, was fire by friction with a fire bow. And we stood and watched JP go through the motions with him with the fire bow, and put the ember into a bundle and blew into it, and it burst into flame. And the guy broke down in tears. It was amazing, and that was probably one of the first reunions we did where we did the practical skills, but it kind of brought it home to me a bit there, that, even though you are 80 odd years old, there's still stuff you can learn, especially on the practical side as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can teach old dogs new tricks.
Steady. Steady.
I was getting there. So if people are interested in BushScout, how can they find out more information?
Go to the website, bushscout.org.uk. Search for it on Google. I'm sure it'll come up. Send us a message. Have a look on our Facebook page as well. Drop us a message on there if you want. It's geared up for scout leaders and ideally as a county team. I've no doubt there'll be situations where it won't be a county team, but at the moment we're gearing it up in counties, and it has to have the support of the county commissioner as well, ideally.
Yep. Now I'm going to swear a bit here.
Oh no.
But is this supported in any way by the Scout Association?
Only it's supported by the county commissioners, and that's the reason you need to people need to speak to their county commissioners about it, because it needs to be supported by them. So, indirectly it is supported by the Scout Association. We are, or we have attended reunion as Bush Scouts, so they are aware of us.
Yeah, we got in trouble this reunion as well.
Why? What did you do?
We were causing a bit of a stir at the axe throwing.
Oh yes. Yes. Well, same again. That's what we're about. We want people to do it safely.
I was about to say, but for us, we weren't interfering about kind of, you're throwing it wrong.
No.
We were, but for us, it was the health and safety side. That's why we stepped in.
Exactly, and that's what we should be doing. That if we do see something that's unsafe, then there's ways of talking to people. And obviously they listened, and the activity was delivered safely in the end. So.
Ish.
Yeah.
So,
Changing the subject.
What's that?
Anyways, changing the subject.
Yeah, changing. As all Scout leaders, is there a badge involved?
There's a badge available on the website, which is a Bush Scout logo badge at the moment. Whether or not the actual teams will develop their own badges, I'm not sure. We've brought out this logo badge basically to raise funds and help us on our way. But I should think if you spoke to your county commissioner, he would probably permit you to wear it on your left arm of your shirt. Maybe, I don't know. It's entirely up to the county commissioner, really. And
how do we sell it to them?
To the county commissioners?
Yep.
I think it sells itself, really. Like I said earlier, if I can't see a county commissioner turning down an opportunity to deliver practical skills like this in his county, if someone's passionate about it and, you know, has a good relationship with the county commissioner, you know, I can't see it failing, to be honest. And you've got the support structure there as well with everyone else involved with it. And like I say, we'll help everyone as much as we can, which is what we have been doing.
And what about funding? How do we get about funding for equipment and things?
Well, the Skills Day, which are run by the counties, there's a fee. We've suggested a fee for that around, you know, sort of £20 per head, and it's set up for I think it's about 46 attendees. So there's a bit of fundraising there, and also, you know, attending events. We have a lot of events we attend. Just recently, this weekend, we attended Elk Kit's big shakeout. So we get opportunities like that to get out in the public face and do some fundraising as well. So, you know, it's about joining in, taking part, being part of the bigger picture as well, not just being involved in your own county. And once the people are confident and happy with what we're doing, I'm sure it will, you know, more events will come along, and we'll be attending more and more in the public eye.
Sounds good.
Which, you know, is a good thing, I think.
Yeah. So one final question.
Hey.
Your favourite way of starting fire?
My favourite way of starting fire has got to be a hand drill.
Really?
Yes.
Ouch.
Yes. The hand drill, without a doubt.
Blisters.
There's a lot of, yes, there are blisters involved sometimes, but it's about muscle memory and practice. You've got to practice and understand, you know, the different type of wood you need to use and the condition of the wood as well. So yeah, I would go hand drill, because it's not, even for me, it's not easy.
And if you were at a scout camp?
Oh, if I was at a scout camp?
Lighter.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on the circumstances.
Yeah.
You can't beat that, you know, flint and steel and a spark into a bit of char cloth and then into a bundle and watching that kid's face light up, or even that adult's face, as we've proved, light up when that, you know, it just turns into flames.
Yeah, no. My assistant scout leader is the same. So she's disabled and always makes that excuse. Oh, I can't do that. I'm disabled. But yeah, she got that bird's nest going, and yeah, I should have taken a photo of her face. It was one of those awesome.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
No, it was, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'll go with that if, you know, on a scout camp.
The hand drill and then the flint and steel.
Hand drill is mine. I wouldn't put that on a scout camp, but hand drill, you know, you've got to work at that to achieve it. And if you achieve it, you know you've put the work in. So anyone who's done hand drill and been successful at it would understand what I mean.
Well, I've seen some of the Ray Mears stuff when he's done it, and even Ray has struggled with blisters and stuff. So
yeah, no, you definitely will get blisters doing it. But once you've done it, you know, quite a few times, the muscle memory's there. It's just like bow drill, really. You know, once you've got the muscle memory for it, it's pretty straightforward. And it's the same with hand drill. You know, you practice and practice. And you get the muscle memory as well, so, you know, makes it a bit easier.
Yeah.
But you will get blisters.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
So
it's 10 to 8 as we record this on Tuesday night. In an hour's time, our mate Bear's on. Have you been watching the new Bear series?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen it. I will tonight though, because I'm at home.
It's unlike you.
Yeah, exactly.
He has been this week in the press been slated.
I saw that. Yeah.
About this series.
What
That's
do you
Bear.
think about it? What do you think about him? Then?
What do I think about Bear?
Yeah.
Thank goodness there's no cameras. I'm blushing now.
I'm guessing this is going to be cut.
I have power.
I bet he stood behind you, isn't he?
Yeah, he's making my Eddie, make it with sugar, mate. Yeah. See? No. So for me, you actually kind of described me earlier on when you were talking about scout leader. So
Right.
as you obviously know, I didn't have much outdoor experience. I didn't come into scouting from Beavers Cubs Scouts. I came in straight as an adult. So I've been learning as we've been going along. I've been doing loads of courses, and lucky enough to have really cool tuition from Kirtley. So that's been real cool help. So Bear has kind of, for me, inspired me to get out and about, and as well as getting the young people into scouting as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So Bear does get slagged off a bit, and I proved it wrong to one scout leader when he said, Bear hasn't inspired young people to come out and about. So at winter camp at Gilwell, we stopped the young people and asked them, and I wouldn't say all of them, but quite a high majority said, yeah, Bear has inspired me to join scouts and get out. So. Yeah. And then once I've got to know Bear over the few years, you kind of learn new stuff about him, and I've met quite a few of his crew, and they do say that Bear doesn't do it the correct way. He's not teaching you how to do bushcraft at all, unlike Uncle Ray.
Yeah.
What Bear does, he does it for telly, and he does make some stupid decisions or however you want to say it, but it's a tricky one, isn't it? It
is, yeah. It's like anything, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Last week he was in Yorkshire in these underground caves, and there was tight squeezing. It was for me, it was horrible to watch because I was kind of like, no, there's no way you'd be catching me getting underground in these caves full of water. Yeah. And the instructor, the guide that was with them, said, "Right, guys, we need to get out, and in fact, we need to get out now." Mm-hmm. And then, so you could see to him that it was all really telly because they were kind of like, "Yeah, we'll do it," and the guy was like, "No, we need to go now. We need to go now," and then it was all hyped up and stuff like that. So you can see it's all done for telly. Yeah,
I agree.
But Bear's done a lot for me, and I think he's done a lot for the whole scouting.
Definitely. I've seen 500 kids scream their head off when he came down to land in his helicopter.
Yeah, that was probably just me, though.
It might have been our London Regional Commissioner, actually, who the screaming was for. No, but, the kids love him.
And he does spend a lot of time with the kids.
Definitely. Oh, yeah.
Whenever I've met him, he's always... Okay, he hasn't got enough time, but he does take time to take photos and autographs and that stuff. And that's what people want, isn't it, And
that's what they remember, isn't it, the kids,
Yeah. I do.
Yeah, you've got a few now, haven't you?
Yeah, but thankfully mine are all original. They're not photocopied or I know that Bear's done my bits myself.
He hasn't signed that cardboard cutout yet, though, has he?
Actually, you just reminded me. I might take that on Sunday. Oh, we haven't talked about that, have we?
Well, I tried to, but you ignored me.
Huh?
I tried. What about going Sunday? Or?
Yeah. I'll chat about that in the next podcast then.
Okay.
Bear Grylls Festival. I asked my wife, "Do you want to come?" No. And the best thing is that Bear's team have actually challenged me to do the 30k race. So for the past 2 or 3 months since they've challenged me, I've been thinking, shall I do it? And my personal trainer has been trying to train me to do 30k obstacle course as well. But now I'm making excuses.
See, that's what happens when you post all those pictures of you doing all that exercise and losing all that weight, and they're thinking, oh, he can do it. We'll get him. Bears mate.
Yeah, me and old Eddie. No, it'd be good. It'd be a good event, I think.
Yeah, I reckon so.
It's cool. Terry, thanks once again. Just mention the how we can contact BushScout.
BushScout via our Facebook page or via our website, www.bushscout.org.uk.
Excellent. Is there a uniform that we can wear?
No, not currently at the moment. We're working on that. So, like I say, this is all early days, and we're out there fundraising to try and put these things in place. So these things take time, and we're all still volunteers doing this, so it all takes time.
And everyone works.
Patience.
It still surprises me that parents still think that Scout leaders get paid.
Yeah. I got twice as much this year as what I got last year.
Oh, did you? Oh, I didn't get that much. I didn't get a pay rise. So if you want to follow Terry, there's actually a few ways. You can obviously contact him via the BushScout website. He's got his own personal website.
Well, I have a website, but the Facebook page is probably the website's being developed at the moment. There's a few things on there.
Oh, but your personal website, your WordPress is
Old Man Bushcraft. Old Man Woodcraft. Old Man Woodcraft, sorry.
oldmanwoodcraft.co.uk.
Yeah, on Instagram as well.
Well, hey.
And Facebook.
Wow. Twitter?
Yes.
Snapchat?
No.
Ah.
No.
So there's Terry and Paracord Sam.
Yeah.
We haven't heard much from Paracord Sam.
I know, he's hiding in the background.
Paracord Sam.
He keeps walking away every time you mention his name.
Bless him. Is he still selling his bracelets? Can we still purchase those?
Sam?
What?
Yeah, he's there.
Yes.
Via your website?
No, by a message on Facebook.
Message on Facebook. Any paracord stuff.
Splendid. Well, guys, thanks once again for chatting us and spreading the word of BushScout. It's,
well, hopefully we have. Like I say, we're not here to rule the world or change anything. It's just an addition to people's program, hopefully.
No, it's been good. So when I was at Kilware Reunion, every event you learn new things, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we try to.
Yeah, so I've got some new ideas to bring back to my Scouts, and thankfully now my GSL is kind of...
You keep pinching all my ideas.
Well, you're the man.
Am I? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. No,
how many washing machines you got now?
Oh, you know what? I could have sold so many at Reunion. And the amount of photos that people were taking of it.
It's just a simple thing like that.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. And they said, oh, what's holding it up? I said, it's the nursery chairs. Oh, we've got loads of nursery chairs that they've been throwing away. And then, just saying, oh, look, the grill goes on top. You can put the kettle in there. The hole that I cut out, you can put the Dutch oven in there. So, we've got our breakfast going. We've got the bacon and the cup of tea going. And then we've got our evening meal with the Dutch ovens. Yeah. Then after the meal, put some more logs on. Boom! We got a campfire.
Exactly.
So it's sorted, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
But what I need though, I need. I'm trying to look for like a small shovel.
A small shovel?
Yeah, I only can find to get the ash out at the end. I only can find a big one. I'm looking for a lot.
Upside down.
Oh, son, why didn't I think of that?
Just tip it upside down, Mark.
It's all about the gear, isn't it?
It's not rocket science, is it?
Wow, we
put a black bag over the top, turn it upside down. Obviously, the embers need to be extinguished before you do that. But,
I never thought of that, son. No, do you know what? I saw... No, seriously, I walked past... There's a fireplace shop down the road from me,
And they had one in the window.
They had one in the window, and I was like, that's a really good idea. I think I need one of those. And then when they win it, mate, how much is that? No, actually, no. Maybe I don't need one of those. Boys and their toys. And what's going to happen this weekend, you know?
Well,
Make sure I'm not going to take any money with me.
Yeah, no, you're banned.
But I've already bought something, and they're going to deliver it there. That's just... Yeah.
No, I'm not allowed to spend any more money.
Well, I think this is going to be my last purchase at the moment. At the moment.
Yeah.
No. Cool. Terry, once again, thank you very much, mate.
You're welcome, as always.
I'll send you the check in the post.
Yeah, all right.
Cool, guys. Don't forget, head over to the website, and if you go to bigmanofwoods.co.uk, I'll put all the links that Terry's been talking about on how to get hold of BushScout, Terry's blog, and also Paracord Sam's page if you want some bracelets. Which is actually, I shouldn't say this, but when Sam did my Bear Grylls one, he saved me about 30 quid. That's like trademarked, isn't it? But hey.
Yeah.
Hey ho, cool. All right, guys, thanks once again.
You're welcome.
And until the next episode, we'll find out more. Cool.
I think Sam disappeared again.
Oh.
Oh, there he is. Say goodbye, Sam.
See ya.
On iTunes, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and online. You're listening to Big Man in the Woods.
So, there you go. I hope you found that interview really good. I have to say, I am involved in it all. I'm loving it, the idea. I'm loving it. It's a really good idea. And if you want to find more information, head over to the website, bigmaninthewoods.co.uk, and I'll put some links on the page so you can get in touch with Terry and the BushScout team. Beginning of the podcast, I told you your chance to win a wooden spoon from Petromax. It's a really cool wooden spoon, believe me. Terry's been lucky enough. I've given one to Terry as well as a thank you. There's cool stuff, Petromax Zunder for fire lighting, and we've also got the book, as I said, that Terry was involved in, the Hayes Outdoor Adventure Manual. It's a really good book, Essential Scouting Skills for the Great Outdoors. Your chance to win that, all you got to do, as I put the stuff down, really simple, is email me, mark@bigmaninthewoods.co.uk, with the email BushScout, the title BushScout, and I'll pick one at random, okay? Your chance to, once again, the prize, the wooden spoon from Petromax, the Petromax Zunder, and the book that Terry co-wrote, the Hayes Outdoor Adventure Manual. Email me, mark@bigmaninthewoods.co.uk, with the email title BushScout. I'll pick one out at random, and I'll let you know who is the winner in episode 18. All right, so there you go. Hope you enjoyed the podcast with Terry and the BushScout gang. Until next time, stay safe and happy camping.